this exercise is for our slow adagio movements and learning to lift the leg. So Talia is going to start in fifth. And remembering that when you're working at the bar, it's as if you were in second, and then you can put 4 fingers on the bar. So that's your distance between you and the bar. You don't want to get in too close. So it's helpful to have the bar, but it shouldn't be saving your life. Okay. So we're going to start with what we call Développé. There's Envelopé, Développé. Développé goes up to what we call retiré or passé. So she's going to wrap her foot, slide it to slightly front, using her turnout. Now, you lift, this includes passé, your thigh is lifted from the muscles that cross the hip, and there's only 3. So that's why it looks so magical when people have these high legs, but they've been working their abs and these muscles for years and years, yeah? And then she's going to développé to the front, leading with the heel, extending all the way to straight. Can I let go and you be there? And then she goes down straight to fifth. Good. If it were an enveloppé, it would be the reverse. She would go out, and this one's harder, by the way, because you tend to want to grab your thigh muscles, which are really only there to help you bend and straighten your knee. So then she's going to go to passé and slide down to fifth. So we don't do enveloppé so much. Développé, it makes you stretch these quad muscles. We like it much better. So we'll go there to the side. She's going to go through her up to her passé or her retiré. And then she's going to hold that body, and she's working really hard in here and here. And the thigh muscles are only working to keep her leg straight. Remember, the longer your leg, the more weight you're putting on the muscles to work. Close. Now, to the back is slightly different. It's working pretty much the same muscles, but we're including now the big back muscles. So she's not going to open up, and she's going to go développé derrière. Yes. She's going to lift the thigh muscle up first, and then she's going to straighten. So we have an arabesque, and it has to be nice and straight. Beautiful. And then at the end of that, she wings it, of course. Very lovely. And she can open. Some people suggest opening the hip here. I do. Some people close it, show what closing is. Drop it. Right. So then they have only the rotation to help them. So I think that it's just as pretty to open it up. You can get it a little higher, too. So there we go. Now, we're going to show you attitude derrière. So she's going to start facing the bar. Is that your better attitude? Okay. So she's going to go up to attitude derrière. And it's like an arabesque balance. She has to square her shoulders parallel to her bar. Then she has to bring the thigh up, and ideally, we want her foot and her knee at the same height. The primary work is being done by that side of the back where the leg is lifted, but she's got to go back to square. So, and the idea here, she's going to do the other side, awesome, is to bring the thigh up and try to get this toe to touch that shoulder. Now, it's okay to have the toe up a little higher than the leg, the knee. There we go. Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah. And then she's going to try to let go and balance. So all of these, what we call posés, are part of any slow exercise that you would do at the bar. The final one being, if you'll turn around for me, please, is attitude devant. So we just saw attitude bent knee derrière to the back, and now we're going to sit to the front. So she sits into this hip, and she tries to get her leg up so that the heel, you could put a teacup on it. That's the idea. So it's not a very bent position like attitude derrière is. See, it's that much bend to it. And you really want to see the line of the foot all the way down. Some people can really sit into it and get their heel to the height of the knee, which is preferable, but not everyone has that capacity in the hip. And we're using very specific muscles crossing the hip to get this position. This is called attitude devant. Good, Talia. And again, it's very difficult to get up very high. But those are the main things. So you're developing or enveloping the leg to your highest point, and try not to let your placement go to get the leg higher. You want to keep your placement. Every day you work it, you'll get a higher extension. So you don't want to like tilt everything out to try to get a good, a higher leg. That's not the point. The point is to build your strength a little bit at a time. So over time with your stretch, of course, you'll be able to get higher legs, more strength to the front, side, and the back, and then both of the attitudes. So that's our slow exercise that we do. That's number 7, I think, or 8. Thanks.